Imagine waking up tomorrow and feeling like everything is off. You reach down for your phone, and when you look down, your hands are totally wrong. Your fingers look weird. Even the little lines on your palm, they're not yours anymore. You sit up on your bed, you look around. None of the stuff on yourself are yours. There are some weird trophies, pictures of people you don't recognize. Then you go to the bathroom and wipe off the fog from the mirror. Looking back at you is a person just as confused as you are. I spent a long time trapped in this thought experiment. I was lying in the bed one day and I asked myself, what if you could wake up as someone completely different? A new family, new life, new memories, a new job or school. Honestly, at first I thought it could be exciting. It sounded like a little adventure. But then I realized waking up as someone completely different is the ultimate loss of oneself. I know this sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi book, but that's actually how I ended up here. We actually do this every single time. We look around, we look at the natural, the famous, the cool, and then we ask ourselves, what if I was them? But if you wish for that, you aren't wishing about you anymore. You're wishing to be a totally different person. This comes from negativity bias. To simply put it, it's a bug in your brain, a one that cannot be patched out. We are evolved to be hyper-vigilant in a world where everything wanted to kill us. And we simply haven't outgrown it yet. Think about it. I bet you can give me 50 positives from last week. Yet, you'll still stay obsessed over that single one negative event that took place. Back in the ancient times, this made sense. Missing the sunset was fine. Missing seeing the tiger, not so much. Our brains are programmed to identify what's lacking, what's dangerous, and what's insufficient. There's no predators in this room, but the ancient algorithm is still running. It scans your identity, your grades, your social standing, your reflection, and flags them all as insufficient. But you need to realize, this is a false alarm. It's not a true reflection of yourself. You need to realize that there's one more error. Studies show that people typically spend 2.5 hours on social media, mostly looking at highlight reels of other people's life, comparing their raw footage to their final cut, a filtered, curated, unrealistic life, and comparing it to our deepest flaws. Perhaps at some points in our life, we looked up to a person who seemed perfect, but they are finding their own peace amid the struggles you'll never see. You could assume that if you swapped your life with someone else, you could avoid all of those treacherous details. But that isn't true. You would be simply swapping your baggage over for someone else. You would be trading your set of problems for someone else's. Struggles aren't flaws to escape, they're friction. And real progress is only possible with friction. If you woke up as them, you wouldn't get those golden memories, the smiles, and their specific brand of suffering. This brings us to the core truth. You believe that if you were someone else, you could solve all the problems. But you don't realize the beautiful problems. Your consciousness is defined by your quirks, the envy you overcome, and the struggles you survive. If you erase all problems, you're not you anymore. To want to be someone else is essentially to want to be not you anymore. So how do we override and fix this brain that's wired to look for what's missing? How do we manually override this system? Here's the premise. Do a cost analysis. Try and look at your life from a third-person perspective. Then ask yourself, what matters? What truly has value and substance? Find a person you're intellectually compatible with, someone who amplifies your qualities, someone who dares to challenge your mental circuits. Gratitude is one of the best ways to counteract negativity bias by simply shifting the focus from threats to positives. Gratitude activates the pro-social neural pathways, reducing fear responses and looking for the good amid the bad. Find someone who doesn't hand feed you positives, but pushes you for a better version of yourself. Find a challenge that shaped you, something that reminds who you really are. When you start to doubt yourself, think back to that moment. If you haven't found a challenge yet, it's okay. Life isn't limited by what hasn't happened. Just remember, without a little friction, there's no movement. Struggle is what helps us grow and what helps us move forward. When you conduct a cost analysis, you'll realize that life isn't defined by a series of negatives. Your life is one that you yourself are able to recreate. Thank you.